The Dutch elections will be a closely watched event tomorrow, as the results may affect the Eurozone's austerity approach. The Dutch public are frustrated with the tight measures implemented in order to bail out other Eurozone countries. Today I'm joined on the line by Sylvester Eijffinger, Professor of Financial Economics at Tilburg University in the Netherlands. So Sylvester, how do you think the public's frustration will affect the path voters will choose?
Well, as you know, Europe is a big issue now in the elections in the Netherlands. I think every debate between the leading politicians is about Europe. I think that still there is a serious possibility that I would say the middle parties, the reasonable middle parties, would have enough votes tomorrow to form a coalition. And then we speak about the Labour Party, PvdA, you think about the Liberal Conservative Party, VVD, the Social Liberal Party, D66, and the Christian Democratic Party, CDA. There's still a possibility, but nobody knows because the swings in the electorate, if you look to the polls, are enormous. And the uncertainty margins are also very large. It's very difficult to trust these polls. And the reason is that, first of all, there are a lot of voters who haven't made up their mind. I think at least 50%. That's a lot. And second, there is a lot of non-response in these polls. So that makes the uncertainty margins even larger. And you see that the politicians are becoming very nervous about that. Because of the swings in the polls, they react to all kinds of new proposals which are not realistic, are not covered by the budget, etc. And every party makes these kind of suggestions. So they are very hectic, they are very short-sighted. And you see also that the media take all these proposals by politicians without any fiscal coverage, publish that. And you see also that also influence the electorate. So what you see, the volatility in the electorate influences the behavior of politicians, which become very short-sighted, influences the media, and influences, again, the electorate. So this is what I call the Bermuda Triangle. And the Bermuda Triangle, everything disappears in the Bermuda Triangle.
And Sylvester, do you think the Dutch bonds could struggle over the next few weeks due to the risk that the election does not produce a clear outcome, or because it could actually produce the wrong outcome?
As you have seen, that the rates on the bonds of Germany, the Bunds, but also the Dutch bonds, have increased already a little. And that has not so much to do with elections, but more with the decision last Thursday by President Draghi of the European Central Bank with his colleagues to have in principle this outright monetary transaction program. Of course, the modalities of this program are very unclear. So what will be the discretion, the degree of ambiguity in the program? What will be the sterilization? How will it be done? But it has already influenced the rates. The rates of the German Bunds and the Dutch staatsobligatie have already increased. And the rates on the Italian bonds and Spanish bonds have decreased a little. And I think this is more influenced by the European developments than by the Dutch elections.
The Netherlands is currently one of the strongest in the Eurozone. However, the left parties wish to raise taxes. What type of impact would this have on the economy, and do you think it would push international companies to leave the Netherlands?
These have to do with the statements already referring to all these kind of proposals which are influenced by the volatility in the electorate. And you see that the left-wing parties make a lot of proposals which are not realistic, which are not, I would say, in the interest of the country. And I think when there will be a formation of a new cabinet after the elections, I'm sure that these, I would say, sharp proposals will be diminished. This is the Netherlands. We always have had coalition governments, and that means that there is always a compromise between all parties. And that means that these extreme examples about tax raises will not happen in the way they are proposed by some of the parties, left-wing parties.
Thank you, Sylvester, for sharing your thoughts on tomorrow's elections. Stay tuned for more interesting interviews and Forex updates from the Dúchascailte TV team. Goodbye.